World Veterinary Day is held on the last Saturday of April every year. So this year it falls on the 25th, that is today. This day is important as it brings the world together, not just the veterinarians, but people from all sections in realizing the importance of veterinarians in protecting animal health and welfare, even human health, and food safety and security as well. Ladies and gentlemen, today the theme is veterinarians, guardians of food and health. I believe we are going to have a very illustrious morning and afternoon. We have a very capable theme speaker here with us today. So from now on behalf of the Nagaland Veterinarians Association and on behalf of the Department of Animal Husbandry and Veterinary Services, I welcome you all to this grand celebration of the World Veterinary Day 2026.
We are the silent guardians who ensure that the food reaching our table is safe, nutritious, and free from diseases. From farm to market, from laboratories to remote rural communities, our presence is indispensable. We work tirelessly to monitor animal health, prevent diseases, outbreak, and ensure hygiene practices in food production systems. In the agriculture sector, veterinarians play a crucial role in supporting farmers and strengthening rural economies. Healthy livestock leads to increased productivity, improved livelihood, and enhanced food security. In a country like ours, where agriculture remains a backbone of the economy, veterinarians contribute directly to the nation's development. Our expertise help in disease prevention, vaccination programs, breeding management, and promotion of sustainable farming practices. Beyond agriculture, veterinarians are also protectors of public health. Many infectious diseases that affect humans originate in animals. These zoonotic diseases, such as rabies, avian influenza, and other pose serious threat to global health. Veterinarians serve on the front line in identifying, controlling, and preventing such diseases. Their work is essential in reducing risk and ensuring the communities remain safe.
Each year, World Veterinary Day has a specific theme to promote awareness on a particular topic. And also, I think it serves as a beautiful opportunity for us to express our deepest gratitude to veterinarians for the selfless services. During 2025, the theme was Animal Health Takes a Team, focused on the importance of teamwork in veterinary care, which is a crucial reality. This year, 2026, the theme is Veterinarians, Guardian of Food and Health, with an aim to elevate public awareness and policy recognition of veterinary profession as a cornerstone of secure and sustainable food system. From farm to fork, veterinarians are on the front line of ensuring that food of animal origin is safe, nutritious, and responsibly produced. That is safeguarding us from foodborne diseases and other zoonotic diseases. We are aware what disease can do to a nation. Years ago, we know of rinderpest. Rinderpest had no threat to human, but affected their life by causing famine, which caused a lot of death. This has been eradicated in 2011, and I think this has significance of World Veterinary Day. We are aware of ASF during the last 2-3 years. It has caused so much of economic loss, because of import or because of the disease that was spread. Then we are also aware of FMD. Based on the report of 2025, it is causing a loss of over 20 to 25,000 crore to India. So we are aware what disease can do to a nation. It is important to retrospect our activities on real-time basis. Under SASKI 26-27, the budget initiative, our performances are now being monitored based on a qualifying criteria. The fundings will all be based on how much we can score, which I feel is very important.
Nagaland happens to be the producers of the most hygienic pork in India. Our rearing system has improved to such an extent. We don't have indigenous dairy animal. However, the effort of the state, we have managed to introduce dairy cows, and as a result, now the farmers are rearing dairy cows, and that started from the department's initiative through state cattle breeding farms in different districts. So similarly, now as a result, now milk has been made available. We know, I don't want to go into details, but again, food safety aspect, dairy has taken a one step further by processing dairy milk in the dairy processing plants of, although there are only two of them, it now the under the aegis of the Nagaland State Dairy Cooperative Federation, hygienic milk is made available in the market. We feel now when it comes to poultry meat, chicken, we have the department have introduced low input technology birds, and the broilers today are most popular poultry bird that is being reared by urban people, urban farmers, or the rural farmers alike. So that would be in terms of food production. Now, when we look at this and when we simply think of the theme, veterinarians, guardians, food and health, we feel so proud. But and then when we narrate, because I'm telling, although I'm saying in a very short form, we feel proud, but with pride comes responsibility. So the responsibility now currently, which is most burning, is that what is the standard of safety, food meat safety we are providing to the people? What is the status of public health respect? So this area, I think today's theme, we can make use of today's theme as an opportunity to start and design and develop a system, inspection system, which is very strong and which is regulated with support of state machinery and the related regulations.
How reliability, how the data has been, consistently reported, only the department knows. But this morning I was going through our annual administrative report, and which clearly says that we have a deficit of 263.56 crores for import of meat, of important meats to the state. And this department annual administrative report says that we could produce only 44.5%, which literally means 55.5 is still lacking. Isn't it a challenge to this profession? I would like to call all of you to have the self analyzed and introspect of what we are doing. The wide gap that the demands and supply is very huge. I did my research on Tenivo, and while going through the consumption of pork in the state, it was about 15 years back. I don't know. I cannot say the exact data. I was browsing and I was trying to get the information this morning. The data that I've gathered may not be like up to the mark, but those 15 years back, data clearly says that the total production in the country, the consumption of pork, in terms of consumption of pork and production of pork, Nagaland state consumes 60%. Nagaland state alone, it consumes 60%. Another 30% it goes to the northeastern states, and 10% it goes to the rest of the country, meaning to say mainland. The, the data will may be obsolete today, but if I go through this morning, still the consumption in the state is more than 1/5 of the total production in the country. The consumption rate is pretty high. I'm citing an example of pork alone. When we look at the production in the state, do you feel that it's a challenge for all of us? Are we boasting of ourselves that we are producing this much? No. Please bear with me today, but I would like to have a frank and discussion with all of you. There are lots of diseases and ailments as been stated by former speakers. When we come to the production of pork, which is one of the most delicacies for every Naga, there are a lot of diseases which causes economic losses. We the veterinarians are taking the precautionary measures, not only precautionary measures, but are also ready for any kind of post-effective measures. I would like to cite one example. When I was in Seminu, I got an opportunity to work with some of our colleagues. The African swine fever has swept almost half of the district, right from Tarragonu till down to Chunika. The total number of, sorry, I'm having a sore throat, please bear with me. The total number of pig swine that has wiped away, it seems to be so heartbreaking for me. And the team led by Dr. Imo Sidir, the then director of our department, he happened to be the CVO of Seminu. So the team worked. The team has initiated the work, and I'm happy to tell that all the details has been marked in such a way that the central government also could not reject our proposal. Through NSDMA, the central government has sanctioned 1,29,00,000. Thank you. 1 crore 29 lakhs, which I'm told that this district throughout the district throughout the state doesn't get this much amount. The fact remains that maybe I'm also from this profession, but the way how we monitor, the way how we maneuver the system, I appreciate the veterinary professionals down there being posted in Samin. It's just an example only. Are we proactive for all kinds of animal health, and also the post damages, if any? I would like to challenge our professionals. While discussing this issue, today I'm pretty sure that there's a mixture of the government servants and also the I mean to say who are on private practices. I would like to emphasize on the government sector first. I'm happy to tell you that the veterinarians are the most highly paid salary group in the country. I repeat once again, the veterinarians are the most highly paid salary group in the country. Meaning to say that if you are to compare your salaries with the so-called as IAS and IPS officers, perhaps many of you will be getting higher than those officers. And when we compare the salary, I think I would like to say that we need to do, or we need to go for extra mile. Are we doing justice to our profession? Are we doing justice to our service? Maybe there are certain times that our professionals may feel that no, since we are getting our salary, we may not go beyond our services. I think it's a challenge for us. The professional, these veterinarians, I should say that it's really a challenge for their rural economy, so-called the Nagaland economy, but mostly the rural economy. I would like to say that when we compare with the other agri and allied sectors, maybe we start with agri department, or maybe we start with horticulture department, or so and so forth. If you are to see and examine the total income that is being raised in the rural areas, I think it's a challenge for all of us. The rural economy depends on animal husbandry, which literally means it is our profession. Are we uplifting the profession? I would like to challenge every one of us.
When we go to festivals and weddings, it is mitun, it is pork that we prefer. Then when we come to our kitchens, it is again pork, chicken, and so on and so forth. And we also feed eggs to our children every day. None of this reaches our food plate safely without a veterinary. When you certify the meat at the slaughterhouses, or when you fight African swine flu, just as a previous speaker has mentioned, and also the avian influenza, remember that you are doing a noble job. Your interventions will ensure that the food chain is not contaminated. In fact, as veterinarians, you are the first line of defense in protecting the food chain. As a veterinarian, you also guard our health. A few years back, we all had a very unpleasant experience with COVID-19. And it has taught us that human health and animal health are one. Because if you look at the source of that epidemic, there are various theories. And some of the theories is that it started from a pangolin or it started from this bat. So these are interconnected. Then if you look at rabies, Nipah, or Ebola, or even AMR, or various parasitic infection, all these start in animals, but eventually we end up in our hospitals. If we are not vigilant, that is. Your vaccination drives in border areas, your One Health approach, which is actually become very popular in recent years, your surveillance of zoonotic diseases, these are public health acts. When you vaccinate a dog or test a pig, remember that you are vaccinating and protecting a family. Thirdly, as a veterinarian, you guard our livelihoods. For our farmers, or for an entrepreneur for that matter, an animal is not just livestock. It is a bank account for them. It is a child's education, a daughter's wedding for the farmers. One outbreak can push a household into debt. Your deworming camps, artificial insemination services, and farmer trainings are direct poverty alleviation programs. The women-led self-help groups or the livestock entrepreneurs in Nagaland who are rearing poultry and piggery, if they're successful, their success is your success too. Now today, as a special guest, let me place 3 reflections basing on this theme. Number 1, recognition. The work of veterinarians is often invisible because your work is mostly preventive. Today, let us resolve to make the invisible visible. To all the veterinarians today, you represent thousands who serve without applause. We see you and we thank you. And I would also make a suggestion that to commemorate such event, why don't the association, or for that matter, even the department, set an award for excellence in recognition of those veterinarians who relentlessly serve. You can set up a criteria also. So if you do that, this can also boost the morale. This will encourage them to give their best. So you can think on that. And secondly, on such days, it would be good if you can also spread out your extension education to educational institutions. Sensitize the students about this zoonotic diseases, about One Health concept, which is also very, very important, is catching up. So that way you create an awareness, because awareness gives knowledge. Knowledge empowers a person. Secondly, reinforcement. As guardians, you need armor. Without armor, guardians are helpless. That means streamlining and filling all vacant posts in the department. Setting up mobile veterinary units in every district. Establishing cold chain for vaccines. Upgrading infrastructure and equipments in all QCPs, or even the hospitals, the dispensaries, and also digital tools for disease reporting. The government's commitment under NLM and the state's own schemes must be matched by timely resources and training. We all talk about Visit Bharat by 2047 or Visit Nagaland 2047. So we need to be future ready. A future ready Nagaland needs a future ready veterinary service. Thirdly, responsibility. To all the veterinarians here this afternoon, you have entered the noblest of profession. You will hold in your hands not just a stethoscope, but the trust of farmers, the safety of food, and the health of the public. Wear that responsibility with pride. Remember that zoonosis or zoonotic disease don't respect district boundaries. Neither does AMR. Whether you are a VAS in the farthest block or even the remotest district, whether you're a professor or a private practitioner or a senior officer, remember we are all one cadre. Support your paravets, mentor your juniors, which is very, very important. Share your outbreaks and your breakthroughs with one another, that is knowledge sharing. Guardian Corps. In the Army, we have the Signal Corps, Army Corps. So I'd like to use the word Guardian Corps for the veterinarians here. Guardian Corps is strongest when it stands together. My dear colleagues, the next decade will test us. Climate change will shift disease patterns. Consumers will demand safer, traceable food. The government will expect One Health delivery, not just animal treatment. So we cannot guard with yesterday's tools. We need to upgrade our skills. We need to upgrade our knowledge. So my charge to you today is be the guardian who constantly evolves. Learn the new skill, adopt a new technology, but keep the old compassion. Do not lose your compassion. The farmer who trusts you does not care about your degree. He cares that you picked up his desperate call. In closing, my fellow guardians, animals cannot vote. They cannot lobby. They cannot say thank you. But because of you, a child drinks safe milk today. Because of you, a family income survived. Because of you, the word epidemic was contained instead of becoming a headline. This is not a job, but this is a calling. On World Veterinary Day 2026, lift your heads. You are veterinarians. You are guardians of food and health. And Nagaland is safer because of you. Thank you, and I wish all of you a very happy Veterinary Day. Thank you.